First off, I'd like to say welcome to another segment of Woman in the Middle of It. I'm going to be coming at you tonight with a little bit of just freestyling it, letting you guys know how my week was last week. And as you read from my intro, I'm going to be talking about how I've been a little down in my spirits. And I really think it started with the guy ripping me off last week. So I woke up, what was it, Thursday? And it kind of all led into this week of me just feeling pretty down and just feeling like, why me? And you know how we can get sometimes. We kind of feel like everyone around you is prospering or being blessed and you're kind of at a standstill. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels like that from time to time, especially if you're starting new ventures and everything seems to be going slow. I remember feeling that way when I started the daycare in Florida. I started with one kid, and not really one kid, one family, and I was putting all this work into it. I was spending money that I wasn't making, and I was just like, when's it gonna be my turn? You know, I felt like I was doing a lot of it for naught. And it seemed like right when I was gonna give up, everything turned around for me. I had a roster of 13 kids at one time. The most I've had at one time was like close to 13 kids, and everything just picked up for me. So I know the same thing's gonna happen now. I was, like I told you guys, I was reading some scriptures and they were talking about how the world loves the world, and being that I'm coming out of that, literally coming out of the ways of the world, I'm not gonna be liked as much as I was when I was living for Satan and doing things, not really living for Satan, but doing things out of context with the word and the commandments of Yah. So, but it's easier said than done when you try to tell yourself, hey, your time's coming. Everything's gonna work out for your good. You just gotta hold on and be patient. You know, it's easier said than done. And I found myself pretty down last week. I felt like nothing I did to help people or try to get them to understand, like, who I am. You know, it wasn't coming off the right way. I still have some issues with a particular situation in my life with this person that I love dearly, and I feel like they just won't give me a chance to be that person that they need me to be for them. And I had to come to the realization, like, it doesn't matter. You know, long as I know who I am in Yah and where I'm going, it doesn't matter about what anybody else thinks about me. And I preach that to you guys all the time. But when it comes down to me, you know, taking my advice, it doesn't happen. I don't receive it for myself. So I've been just trying to do some self-love. I do feel better today and yesterday, but it's just something that just keeps tugging on me. It seems like it's just one thing happening after another. I'm doing some business ventures with a friend of mine, somebody close to me, and I just don't want to disappoint that person. So it makes me feel like I shouldn't be doing it. And then also, I've been hurt in my last relationship to where I feel like I built this man up just to go and be with somebody else, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's got me scared to want to just step into this with this person and do this. And I have been running from it back and forth, to the point to where I just cut off communication with him, didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And he's only telling me stuff that's right, you know what I'm saying? So I found myself running to the easier end of things, and when things didn't pan out for me on that route, I was like, okay, the Father ain't gonna let me off the hook that easy. So it's like you need to go ahead and go head first. And I just really want some advice from you guys. Like, what would you say to me, a person who has been hurt and great things are in store? Like, I literally see myself having a partner with this person, not just in a physical aspect, or maybe a relationship, or maybe even marriage down the road. It's just right now we're just cool and we're trying to build something right now, and I can't trust them. I can't trust them because of other things that has happened in my past, things that's happening in my current as well. You know, I put my trust in people and they've let me down, and I just don't know how to get past that in some way. I've even been looking into doing some counseling and some therapy for myself, because I have realized that I haven't healed from a lot of things in my past. In order to heal, go forward, I really believe that you have to put some old things to rest. And I say it out my mouth, but your mental knows more than the physical does. Like, you could say all day, hey, I'm not tired, I'm not tired, I'm not tired, but then when you lay down, like, your body will literally just give out. You don't even have to lay down. Like, you could be, it happened to me before. I pushed myself so much to where I've literally just passed out, and my body just shut down because the mental, it was like, okay, we can't take no more. Even though you trying to push it, you can't take no more. So I've really been struggling with that. I've said it for years that, hey, I'm gonna go have counseling done, I'm gonna go talk about this and talk about that, and I never do it. I never go through with it. So I went as far as researching some doctors and seeing about, you know, having some therapy sessions as well, so I can not miss what the Father has for me in the future out of fear. You know, He has not given us a spirit of fear. We take that on ourselves, you know, because He's given us every tool, every inkling of power that we can even think of to get things done, but we still hold back because of that fear. So what do you guys suggest I do? Give some shout outs. I already said hey to Shantoria and Polo. Hi Derek. Hi Missy. How you doing, honey? Can't wait. Me and Missy got a show coming up. We're gonna do something very special for you guys. I know you guys gonna love it. Hey sis Nicole, love you. So, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about this tonight, and the importance of finding your peace, you know, establishing peace within yourself, because nobody's gonna make that for you. And that's what I've been chasing after for a while. And I thought I had it, you know what I'm saying? But then when certain things happened this past week, like the trigger with dude, that shouldn't have set me off to that point, you know, because I'm going to run across more people like that, you know. People are going to scheme me, people are going to talk about me. That's one of the reasons why I got on here and I told you guys about the DUI. I told you guys about all the things that I think may come out in the long run, you know, because I wanted to be the first ones to tell you guys this, so it wouldn't be no shock. But yeah, I just think he was a trigger for it. He was the trigger. Like, when he took that money and came in my house, I felt violated all over again. I really felt, even though he didn't physically do anything to me, like, far as, you know, other things that's happened, it started some triggers. So I want to talk to you guys about some of your triggers, like things that may happen that get you in the state to where you feel like, hey, what am I trying this for? What am I even trying to who do I think I am? Like, I even ask myself, who you think you is, thinking you gonna do this and do this and do that. And then the Father clearly whispered in my ear, you're my child. I gave you this vision. You're going to see it through. No matter how it looks like, what it looks like and how you feel today, you're going to get it accomplished. But I find myself even pushing back Amon. You know, that's exactly who I'm talking about. You know, a lot of things has happened with me and Amon to where we were dating, seriously dating at one time, and he did something and it just set off a trigger. And even though it didn't happen the way I portrayed it in my mind, you know, because it could have been a lot worse, but I still just went there. Like, there's no in between. Like, I was talking about my brother, he goes from 0 to 100 physical form. Like, he will lay his hands on you. Like, he don't play no games. Me, I will go from 0 to 100 on you with this mouth and with my mind. Like, there's no in between. Either it's all the way bad or it's all the way good. And I too have to realize, like, that's not healthy. It's just as bad to do that versus putting your hands on somebody and not thinking like, hey, did I just do that? You know, you thinking before your actions. So back to the story. We started a lot of things together, and then when this happened, it just put a stall on it. And we were talking about it the other night, and he was just like, why don't you trust me? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to trust me if we're going to be partners, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, you know why? You know why? You know, and that's why we've literally still been talking. We're friends and everything. And actually, we really want to be more than that. But like I said, I can't get my mental past that, and it's affecting the business aspect at this point too. And like I said, I've never had a partner that would be in the word with me. I've never had a partner that would even do a business venture with me to the aspect that me and Amon is working on, let alone a partner that I'm thinking about possibly pursuing something with long term, as far as a relationship thing, because it is one thing that happened. So all this stuff started running through my mind. I was just thinking, like, and Amon is in jail. I was thinking about how, like, how you think you're gonna do this and do that, and who does he think he is? Like, and when you hear stuff like that, you know that those are darts from Satan. He doesn't want you to accomplishment, and anything worth fighting for, having, is gonna be worth fighting for, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Like, we literally want to do kingdom-based things, regardless to if we make it or not. Like, we really feel like we are partners in this whole kingdom, building the kingdom for Yah and his people. Like, as far as the homeless, as far as building ministries and just doing things for the community that is going to let Yahweh be glorified in it, you know. So we truly want this to be a ministry, like, to just help people and to do things, mighty things that we know not, do things that other people are not going to take the initiative to do, especially right here in Kansas City. We have a lot of people on TV, like, you know, you see your Joyce Myers, you see your TD Jakes, or all the other people that are out here, you know, with their own ministries. Like, we literally want to be something for this community in Pacific, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it will, I'm not gonna say maybe, it's going to grow out globally, but it's been hard. It's been hard. It's been a struggle as far as, like, the supporters, the money aspect. Like, I've been coming out of my own pocket with everything, you know what I'm saying? And he's making things happen himself on his end, you know what I'm saying? But it could be more, but I can't trust him. And that's all goes back to me feeling that way about how I helped this person for so long. Like, with my husband, like, I mean, I literally feel, I don't want to go too deep into it, but people who know me, they know, you know, what exactly happened and to the extent it happened. And I'll just tell you guys a story about something small, you know what I'm saying? When we first moved to Florida, it was because of issues that was going on between the two families. And it was literally spilling over into our household. So I couldn't take it no more. It got to the point to where I couldn't even work. I had a great job at St. Luke's. I had been there for years, built great relationships with the people there, and I had to leave that. I had to leave that for the safety of my family and my own mental, because I literally felt like if I did not leave right then and there, I was going to hurt somebody, or I was going to do damage to myself, my mental. I was going to have a nervous breakdown because it was just too much going on. Like, I had lost my brother-in-law violently to a very tragic situation. And then, no, right before that, I lost my godmother. I already went over that, you know. And then right after that, that next thing that happened, we lost him. And then the next thing that happened, it was like the family was just all breaking apart. And that's the only family I knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were like this, you know. So it's just like thing after thing started happening. And then when I didn't have the support from the family that I thought was my family, it was just too much for me. So I ended up quitting St. Luke's, moving to Florida, and going back to Florida basically was my safe haven, because, you know, I was born and brought up there. And my dad, he was in and out of jail most of my childhood life. So he had moved there, got it together, started his own little lawn service business and everything. And how it all happened is that it was a house next door to my dad that was vacant. And I was like, oh, okay, this must be the father, because we went down before we moved, looked at the house. The house was a shell. I got to pick out the cabinets, the floors, everything. So I know that's exactly what y'all wanted me to do, because everything just fell in line like it was supposed to. And even with the daycare, you know, it served its purpose for me to be there, because he even made way a source of income. I had in my mind, I'm going to leave here, go down there, work in the hospital, and It didn't work that way, because I was not finna settle. And you know, it was more responsibility down there in the hospital for way less pay. So I was just like, Father, you got to show me something, because I'm not going to do that. And then that's how that came about with me keeping the kids. I've spoke about this before. If you guys don't remember, just go back and watch. I'm sure you do, because a lot of you guys watch me. But I call myself taking my family to my safe haven. And he ended up leaving and coming back here, which I know he never wanted to leave in the first place. And I didn't either. You know, to be honest, I didn't want to leave Kansas City. Like, I love, a lot of people talk about Kansas City, but I love Kansas City. Like, it's all I knew. I learned how to drive here. I graduated high school, had my first career here, graduated college from here, everything from Kansas City. So this was my home base. Even though I was born and raised in Pensacola, it was more Kansas. All my big life grown-up ventures happened in Kansas City. So I felt like we were going home to a safe haven. And I was moving next door to my dad, you know, and everything started off good. But soon as the money, something didn't happen. Well, I decided not to take the job and live off my 401k. So it was going good until Providence Medical Center came in and took like $8 grand from me at once. So what I planned on living on for a couple of years turned into like 8 months. So it was just like, okay, that's when all the trouble started setting in. You know, I'm the type of person, like, I will hold it down, hold my family down until we get down to a certain amount of money in the account. And then I start tripping and stressing out. So I start hounding him about a job, like, you need to come on, get this job together, you need to do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? And things weren't like it was up here. Like, and just to key y'all in on some stuff, jobs are nothing like down south. The warehouse jobs are nothing like they are up here. Like, he was used to working warehouse work and all that stuff, and it was nothing like that. It was nothing like that. I was like, oh my goodness, he's not gonna find a job, like, literally. So he did some work on my dad and everything. So long story short, don't want to go through all that. He ended up feeling like it was better for him to come back to Kansas City and work. And that's one thing I don't advise. If your family, stay together and work it out. Whatever you got to do, buckle down and do it, because you leave too much space for something to happen. Like, it's too much room for the devil to wiggle in and do his things. So he went up there, ended up meeting the girl that he ended up deciding to be with over me. And this one particular time, he was planning to come down here to see us and the kids, and so I'm thinking we're gonna have a good time. No, he brought the girl down there, and that hurt me more than anything, because literally he knew nothing about Florida. Took her to all the restaurants that I took him to and introduced him to. So I felt like I literally built this man up and showed him all these ropes for him to just use them with another female. So those things are just starting to set in. I don't feel like I want to put too much energy into the build with Amon, because it's just like, I'm scared of that. And you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's going to benefit me more than anything, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like the type of person I am. I'm not just to take something and run type of person, you know what I'm saying? But it scares me. It scares me. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, Latangela has a comment. She said, you don't have to think about it that hard, really. Only so much is in your control. As long as you feel good and you are putting you first, it's right. As far as the show, I can help you too, but we will talk offline. Okay, we will get more on the segment about. Yeah, we need to get on the more on a segment about these men. We really do. I can't wait till we do that, Missy. I really do. And you've told me that before, like, don't think too much into it, but I really have a bad problem with that. I have a super bad problem with thinking too much into not just this situation, anything. It could be something for dinner. Like, I really think too much into things. Like, I really feel like, I don't know. I got to work on that. And that's where counseling and therapy is going to come into play for me, because I have some unsettled things. And even though my mind and my body is telling me I'm okay, I need to literally sit down there and, you know what I'm saying, talk to a professional. Like, I could talk to family and friends all day, but nobody's going to really understand what you're going through. Not to say that the professional will, but I just want to give it a try and see if it'll just put my mind and my heart to ease a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about finding your peace. You know, I was listening to Joyce Myers the other day, and she was saying that it's never gonna get easier. The problems aren't gonna go away. You're just gonna get stronger because of them. And you know, and I feel like I've gotten stronger from a lot of things that I've had to endure. But now I'm on another level. I've asked the Father to increase my territory for years. And now that He's doing that, I just feel like, whoa, was that one of those things I should have been like, be careful what you pray for? You know, because it's coming for me full-fledged. But He just continues to give me what I need every day, you know, and I thank Him for that. But it goes back to me thinking too much into it. Like, literally, I need to practice what I preach and take it one day at a time. Like, give me this day, Father. Let me get through this day and mean it. And just have those little victories. It's okay to have victories, little victories for yourself. And I say that to you guys because I'm bad about that. I don't congratulate myself on nothing. Instead of thinking of the things that I have accomplished, I always think of the things that I need to accomplish, how much more I gotta do. And I had to sit back and I had to literally get out a notepad and write. And write down all the things I did since September. And I'm like, wow, you filled the page up. You know what I'm saying? With on top of working a full-time job, you know, and taking care of children and going through a divorce and going through with my kids running away and going through with, you know, this nasty custody battle. Oh, all praises today. I went to court today and I received full custody of the children and they established visitation. I'm so excited about that because it's just been a long road. It has, you know what I'm saying? Me and Cron, we went back and forth, trying to make it work. And to this point, like, I'm glad that the order of protection's in place because of certain things that happen, but also because we need that space. We need that gap. Me and Crumb are so used to going back and forth, not only because of the feelings with us personally, because we were friends. Like, I feel emotional. Like, we were real friends. Like, and it's just so hard to lose your best friend. It really is. It really is. Because I could say that man was my best friend at one point in time. We went through a lot of hard things together, and we got through them. And I just always thought, like, hey, this is just one more of those things. We gonna get through it. And then when the kids start coming into play and it started affecting them the way it did, we just knew, I know, even if he don't know, like even up until last night, he was calling, you know, making jokes and stuff. Even if he don't know, I know, it's time. It's time to sever that. Like, it's too much water under the bridge. Like, even when we did try to make it, it was just like, back to back, back to back. Well, you did this, you did that. You know, just all the bickering, like, it's certain things. And we never gave our self time to heal, especially me. I don't know about him, but me. Like I told you guys, it was like 5 to 7 years to where it was just like back and forth, never knowing what was going to happen, if we were going to make it. And is he going to choose me over here? And he don't get that. Like, I think that's what all men, they really just think, like, you just supposed to be like, okay, I did what I did. Let's get back on track. In which we do that most of the time, but that feeling never goes away. And I was more verbal about it because of the physical abuse that was going on as well. Because I'm just like, you're not going to keep on doing this. And you done did this, this, and that, and that, and this. And then he would bring up things that I did, you know, that I was pushed to do. Like, you literally told me you didn't want to be with me no more. So, yeah, I dated. Yeah, I try to move on. And, you know, the divorce has been, oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story. So anybody who is thinking about getting married, take your time. Because it's so much easier to pay that $65 and get that certificate and say I do than it is to get out of it, especially when you have children involved. It's not just the money or the time that you're going to spend. It's that emotional strain. Like, Elvis went through so much. Like, he is just now coming. He still has his spurts where he's in and out, but he never knew nothing. And I didn't have that. I didn't know a stable home. And my mom and dad, they were unstable from the beginning, but Elvis and Arterion, for sure, they came out of me to their dad and their mom in the household. To one day, we're just not working. And then he leaves for a minute, supposed to be back, and he never comes back. You know what I'm saying? So they went through it harder than I was giving them credit for. Like, they went through a lot of stuff. And Arterion, he didn't even, his didn't surface until probably a year ago. And then he going through his thing. So, but all praises to y'all that, the custody is established so far, and we're still waiting on a divorce, and COVID is not making that any better. But I just pray now that he has his set days. He don't have to say, well, you're trying to keep my kids away from me. You don't want them to do. No, you have your set days. This is what the court said. I've never been a person to try to keep anybody from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially my kids from their dad, because I know he's a good dad, you know. He has his issues, but they love him and they feel safe with him and they want a relationship with him. And as long as they are safe, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that happens. And as for the other thing that's going on in my life, I just pray that you guys, ask that you guys pray for me, that I overcome that. My sister was telling me the other night, and she's been such a great support. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm just so happy that the Most High has restored that relationship between us, because it was really, really rocky for a minute. If anybody don't know, me and Nicole, my godmother that passed, who I just talked about, she kept us together more than we wanted to be together. And that's an important thing that you guys need to find in a relationship, any relationship that you have, even if it's just a friendship or a relationship, that you have somebody that you can go to, or that person that can go to, that wants to see you guys together more than you guys want to be together. And that's what Mama Alexis were for me and Nicole. And she's seen further than we could, you know, because now she's gone. Pretty much Nicole and my family is all Nicole has here, you know what I'm saying? And I like to say it a lot, we all we got, you know what I'm saying? And And I'm so glad that that's been strengthened. Like, she's been a great support for me. But anyway, she was telling me how I've always been a big sister and give her advice, but she was able to give me some advice and tell me, like, you have to let that go. You know what I'm saying? And it's easier said than done, but just the way she said it, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, she's right. You know, you have to let things go. Everything that's meant is going to resurface. And it's going to be for your better good. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you feel. And I have to, I see now that I have to make peace with that for myself. You know, people are going on about their life and living their life, and they're focusing on their goals and dreams. And I have to do the same. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, it's going to hinder what the Father wants for me to do. And I don't want to do anything no more in this world than please Yah himself, because we can look for acceptance and all that from the world, and we're not going to get it. So just want to tell you guys that I was a little down this week, you know what I'm saying? But my spirits are lifting, and just keep me in your prayers, like, literally, because I'll be needing it. Like, I really believe that this is something great that Yah is trying to establish, and he's using me to do it. And I'm so honored, but it's hard. It's hard, and it's scary. It's super scary. And I love Joyce Myers, because me and her testimony is so much alike. Like, it wasn't my dad who did what he did to her, but she was raped repeatedly by her dad, and her mom never did anything about it. And not only just my rape or whatever that happened to me, and me being molested, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the world has been screwing me since a little kid, you know what I'm saying? Was taken from my parents because of things, you know what I'm saying? Just life stuff, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they even endured some things that they shouldn't have to, but just because of who they were, Satan attacked, and I don't want to lose that battle. My daddy used to tell me all the time, like, he wished he would have fought harder for his family. He wished he would have fought harder for his salvation and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? He said he honestly admitted he just gave in. He gave in, and he know he could have did better. And I think about that all the time, like, and I think that's what made me fight so long with Crumb too, because I'm like, I just don't want to give in so easily. Like my daddy said, like, if I just fight a little bit harder, but all that energy that I was focusing, putting into that relationship that was literally a dead situation, I have been trying to put that focus into this positive thing. So, but it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's super hard. Satan, he attacks me every chance he gets, every chance, and that's why I know it's something mighty, and it's a mighty great work that needs to be done. So yes, I will keep enduring and pushing. Thank you, brother. Yes, girl, I love you too, Nicole, and I'm super proud of you. I'm gonna have her on. I was saying to myself how now she's, because we love to cook, we always have cooked together and did stuff like that, but I used to pray, like, I want her to find something that she can do, you know what I'm saying? Because she's a great person, great spirit, you know, we all have our ways. But now she has, she's bedazzling, well, it's deeper than the bedazzling, but I call it bedazzling. But she's tricking shoes out, and she's restoring them, and she's doing a great job. I can't wait to have her on. I'm going to start posting some pictures and stuff, because she's done with a couple sets, but she's doing some for my brother for his birthday, and they're coming out so good, guys. And I'm just so happy for her. Like, she has something that's her. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got it. And I've been talking to you guys about this too, about the bill. You know what I'm saying? It's time. It's time. I don't care how little it may seem, how petty it may seem, or whatever. It's time. It's time to find your niche and whatever, because it's going to come into play real soon. We're about to start elevating on some major levels, and those things that you start and build in this season, they're gonna flourish. They're gonna flourish. The Father's already said, build it in this season, and it's gonna be blessed. And Hania, he has some stuff coming out. He's always on my live. Brother Hania, he's doing some beard oils. We're going to try to get him connected with all the things he needs for this anointing oil too. We've been getting it from a certain source, but this certain source is not so reliable. Things have happened, you know what I'm saying? But the Father, he said he withholds no good thing from us, and just like they can make it, we can make it too. So we just gonna pray for him to have everything that he needs so we can get another kingdom business started. Like, I just praise y'all for all his goodness and mercies. Like, the devil tried to come in and keep this man's unemployment, I think it was, from him, and y'all, he prevailed. Like he said, if you represent me, walk in me, I don't care. Can't no devil in hell stop anything that I have ordained in your life. So I'm gonna keep speaking life into his business, and where his doubt is, I'm going to stand the gap, because I already know what the Father has told me about him. And same him, his father told him some things about me, and we have to learn how to support each other. So even Nicole, you know what I'm saying, prime example, you know, we have to learn how to stand the gap and support each other. When I feel down in my days, I need that sister or that brother I can go through, and same vice versa. You feel bad, call me, inbox me. Hey, I'm down on myself today. And we need that strength. We need that strength. And just that little bitty thing that you say to me, or it may be a big thing, it could just like Nicole, she just spoke life into me and made me feel so much better. And just like today, she was on the phone with me at court. You know, she couldn't be there, but she was on the phone. And she don't know how much that meant to me, because I was scared. I was scared. Even though the things he did, he should be getting, you know, reprimanded for. I still don't want to see nobody hurt, and I don't want to be in the same courtroom with somebody I have to look over, and God forbid, you know what I'm saying, y'all forbid, that he has to be taken off into handcuffs, and then I have to see that. You know, I'm not one of those vengeful peoples. Like, I literally believe that if y'all said vengeance is his, they're his. Like, no matter what, when a person does so many things to you, no matter how much you're going to try to shield it, or how bad you're gonna feel when their judgment comes down, judgment must come down. I mean, and I was telling you guys a story about, I think it was one of the kings, and he went through some judgment that were meant for other people, because he was trying to shield them. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta let judgment come down. So Latangela, she said, yes, you have to find your joy again. I went through that. When you get on the other side of it, nothing can bring you back down. I'm telling you, because you need to come see me. Yes, I do. I do. Really soon. Really soon. Like, I really be saying, yeah, I got my joy. Ain't nobody gonna take me, but it ain't all the way there. It ain't all the way there. And as soon as I admit to that and stop lying to myself and just come into a realization that you not there. Mom told me this the other day. He was like, yeah, you doing good, but you ain't there. And I mean, when I tell you I blew up all over this man, I blew up all over here, and I still ain't told him he right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just me. I'm a woman. I ain't gonna tell you that. But he was right. Like, for real, I got a long way to go. I'm super proud of what I have accomplished. All praises to y'all. But it's a long journey, and I just feel like I'm 40. I'm finna be 41. I feel like I ain't gonna have time to do it. But like I tell you guys, and I have to remind myself, he will not instill in you something that he won't have you to bring to pass. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. So he's going to help me get that done within a time. Yes, you're right, Hania. I can do all things through y'all, which strengthens me. Okay, yes, Latangela, she's saying, stay tuned for our segment where I premiere my song Dirty Diana, inspired by Shamika, a true story. There is a... Hold on, look and say, he won't let me push me. There is a whole story, and you guys don't want to miss it. Oh my gosh, Missy C just right there. And she inboxed me tonight as I was earlier, and I was like, you want to come on? But it ain't time. And when y'all hear this, when she was in the studio making it and everything. And then we're going to talk about the Dirty Dianas. And literally one is involved in this whole situation. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be great. We're gonna make some people mad too, but hey, we're gonna tell it for what it is, and we're gonna hope that people grow and learn from that and know their worth and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too mad at me if whoever's out there watching and you're like, ah, she talking about me, whatever. We're gonna do this. But anyway, that's just confirmation right there that it's going to be something great. Yes, turn your notifications on. We will be going live from this page every week, guys. I don't know how I had Elvis look and try to set me up on live here because we couldn't find it. He went to my other page because when I went to share it later, I was like, this knucklehead, he didn't went live on my regular page. But that was a fluke. That won't be happening no more. Like, we're literally trying to get this energy and this activity over to the Woman in the Middle of It page where it should have been all along. But I'm learning. Trial and error, you know. I've learned. It's okay, Shamika. It's just one lie. You're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what Satan wants me to concentrate on, the negative and the bad things, when I should be concentrating on the positive and how much I have grown and gotten done. So yes, when life gives you lemons, you make that lemonade out of it. You right, baby. But yes, to remind you guys, just like Latandra was saying, this is going to be huge. It's going to be awesome. Like, when she first did the song and we were at the studio, shout out to Doc Masters up in Florida. He was producing it. And I was so thankful to be sitting on, because I never go. Like, when Missy like, come to the studio. This night I went, and now that everything's unveiling, I always feel something around this song. I always, even when we were there and the sentences were coming along, with the verses were coming along and everything, every time. And I mentioned it to Missy. I was like, Missy, what you gonna do with that Dirty Diana? You know, that's a really good song. And then this situation happened. It was just like everything was aligned in the stars. So stay tuned for that, guys. Pretty soon. Not no longer than 2 weeks. Because I'm so excited about it. When she told me, I was like, you want to come on tonight? Because I always have this trouble with wondering, like, what I'm going to talk about. And I've just been praying, like, before the show. I even took a small little nap. And I was just like, just let the Spirit speak for me, Father. You know what I've been going through. I always downplay. It was like, I ain't really got nothing to talk about. I ain't went through nothing this week. But yes, I am. I'm going through it every day. Every week, the mental, you know what I'm saying? And just having to go to court today, that was a lot for me, guys. It really was, but I'm still here. I'm still standing. I look refreshed. I feel refreshed. I don't feel so stressed like I always do. I'm getting ready for my lives right before. But yeah, just pray that the Father keep working his magic and keep me strengthened and keep me doing what he want me to do. Yes, we're in the land of the living, and we are going to live for Yah. So with that being said, guys, I got to get back to work. We're still doing overtime, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Your girl been putting in like 80, 70, 80. Last time, I think I put in 88 hours of, 91 hours of overtime. That's not my regular time. So, but I've been saving for that truck, and I'm gonna get it, and it's gonna be what I want. And the Father has even made overtime available for me. So yeah, so just all praises. And she said, oh, Mrs. said, yep, and I have a surprise. Even Shamika doesn't know it. Oh my goodness. Don't start me. You know I'm crazy. You know I'm super emotional. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, especially to my A1s since day one. A lot of them were on here tonight. I love you guys so much. Don't have time to shout y'all out and all that. Yeah, but I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you guys so much for the support, the love, the prayers, the texts, the inboxes, the DMs, whatever we're going to call them. I love you guys for it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I feel it. I feel the strength of your prayers and your love. And we don't need many. We don't need many. A lot of people like, I need 1,000, 100K, this K. No, I need a handful of people that are there for me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the strength is in people, the spirit, not numbers. So I just thank you guys again. Please don't forget to go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Woman in the Middle of It. If you're feeling jazzy, go ahead and subscribe to Favorite Fake Vegan Chick. I'm going to get back to that soon, posting videos, but it's just been crazy with the new year and doing my overtime for work and everything. But I have plenty of stuff on there for you guys to look at. And I want to give a certain shout out to my Ya baby. Hi, Nora. Ya loved you. She came up to me right before she left. And she was like, Ya, look. And she turned her tablet around. And it was me on there. I was like, I would give you a special shout out. I love you so much, Nora Lee. Ya is always here for you. You know, I'm just a tablet, a touch away, or a phone call away. You call me. I'll be seeing you soon though, but keep being that great little inspiration to your mama. She told her mama, she was like, Mama, you know what? You're a queen. I said, that's my girl. You better tell her, girl. Tell her she is a queen and don't ever forget it. But yeah, go over to Instagram. Follow me at Shamika B. Well, SHEM. Don't forget the M like Mary. EKABWELL. And also Snapchat, Shamika B. Well as well. So follow me on those entities. And also, please, if you haven't already, set your notifications for Woman in the Middle of It and subscribe. If you're watching this from my main page right now, go over to Woman in the Middle of It and subscribe, because I will only be going live from the Woman in the Middle of It page from now on. I've said this before, but I've slipped up a few times and did it. So don't get it twisted. No, we're still on Woman in the Middle of It page. And that'll be it. All right, guys. Look forward to seeing you next week to share some great and amazing things with you. And especially the week after that. Hopefully not the week after that, but the week after that with the Dirty Diana. You guys are going to love this. Oh, I might see you Super Bowl too, because I want to rev it up. How about them Chiefs? Come on, y'all. KC. Love you. Bye.